Pittsburgh Steelers outside linebacker Alex Highsmith on Thursday took a significant step in his return to game action, practicing fully for the first time since suffering a high ankle sprain 4 weeks ago. Assuming no setbacks Friday before the final league-mandated status report of the week is released, it is expected Highsmith will play in Sunday's home game against the Cleveland Browns. Highsmith, cornerback Joey Porter Jr., and running back Jaylen Warren are expected to return from absences of varying lengths. Porter has been out since suffering a hamstring injury during the September 7th season opener. Highsmith has been out since Week 2, and Warren did not play in the Steelers' most recent game because of a knee injury. Two players who were injured during that game, a September 28th win against the Minnesota Vikings in Dublin, have yet to return to practice and are expected to miss the matchup against the Browns. Cornerback Jalen Ramsey, hamstring, and receiver Calvin Austin, shoulder. The only other player on the Steelers' injury report for a reason aside from rest was receiver Ben Skowronek, who returned to full practice participation Thursday after being limited Wednesday because of illness. Cleveland Browns star pass rusher Myles Garrett threw some fuel on the rivalry fire ahead of a Week 6 matchup against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Garrett knows exactly what kind of reception awaits him in Pittsburgh, and he's leaning into it. The former Defensive Player of the Year shared a clip on social media of Steelers fans chanting, "Expletive, Myles Garrett," paired with footage from his Friday press conference. When asked if he gets extra hate from the Pittsburgh crowd, Garrett grinned and said, "For sure, and I love it." He added, "That kind of stuff fuels me. I love the chants. I love to talk. That's part of the game. That's what makes the game special." Steelers fans troll Browns star Myles Garrett with trade demand. Garrett's post went viral and caught the attention of some Steelers fans. The majority of responses featured Garrett's public trade proposal from the offseason. "Does this fuel you too?" one fan said, attaching his message. Garrett had an extended standoff with the Browns this offseason and posted his trade demand on social media. "While I've loved calling this city my home, my desire to win and compete on the biggest stages won't allow me to be complacent. The goal was never to go from Cleveland to Canton. It has always been to compete for and win a Super Bowl," Garrett's post read. "With that in mind, I have requested to be traded from the Cleveland Browns." Garrett and the Browns eventually figured things out, and he signed a 4-year, $160 million extension. At the time, it was record-setting money for a non-quarterback. Browns DE Myles Garrett warns rookie ahead of Steelers matchup. The Browns have a talented group of rookies in key positions, and Sunday's matchup will be their first taste of the rivalry with the Steelers. Garrett delivered some advice to the young guns before the matchup. "It's not going to be pretty. All that matters is that you get the win. We have been through a lot of gritty, grimy matchups with these guys. And it's a rivalry for a reason," Garrett said. "Just play confidently, play your game, trust in your teammates, and we'll support you. Don't worry about playing the cleanest game or the perfect game. Just worry about the next play and how you can make the most of it." The Browns are looking to end a rough run in Pittsburgh. The Browns have not won a road regular season game in Pittsburgh since 2003. Cleveland is a 6.5-point underdog on the road for Sunday's matchup. Winning in general would mean a lot. Doesn't matter where it is or who it is. Right now we need to get a win desperately, and there's got to be a sense of urgency with everybody, Garrett said. Now, is there some history behind it? I'm sure, but behind any win or loss you can go back and find. But we want to beat these guys, and there's definitely layers to it, but the most basic of that is we need one. The Pittsburgh Steelers defense has enjoyed its full starting 11 for the first time this season, holding the Cleveland Browns to just 3 points in the first half. Unfortunately, the depth of the defensive secondary and the overall special teams unit took a hit ahead of halftime as safety Miles Killebrew went down with a non-contact knee injury while covering a punt return. Killebrew spent a short time in the medical tent before he was carted back to the locker room. Killebrew has been ruled out of the game, and given the nature of the injury, the Steelers will have to make some adjustments going forward on special teams. How the Pittsburgh Steelers can replace Miles Killebrew's All-Pro impact on special teams. Killebrew serves as the team's special teams ace and captain. In each of the past 2 seasons, he was voted to the Pro Bowl for his special teams play. He also earned a first-team All-Pro nod in 2023. Since coming to Pittsburgh from Detroit in 2021, Killebrew has had 3 blocked kicks. His career total of 4 is the most among active players in the NFL. Likewise, a significant portion of his 60 tackles as a Steeler have come on special teams. Pittsburgh will no doubt miss Killebrew if he misses extended time. Luckily, there are methods to ease the sting of his absence. James Pierre now becomes the most experienced piece of the special teams unit, so he can be a source of leadership and communication. As for production, rookie linebacker Carson Bruner has already flashed with stopping returners in the kicking game. Of course, going for blocked kicks will be trickier to project. There's plenty of speed on the roster, but overall experience in putting it to practice, particularly for punts, will be lacking without Killebrew. Thankfully, the depth at safety is rather strong with Chuck Clark and Jabbo Peppers on the roster. While Clark is out of this week's game, either player could help fill Killebrew's role if he is lost for a significant time. Hopefully, Killebrew's injury isn't as serious as it appears to be. His value as a special teams ace and captain isn't such that it draws big headlines, but he plays an important role on the roster. How Pittsburgh fills that role will be worth monitoring as the weeks unfold. The Pittsburgh Steelers continue to look for the man they hope can be their next franchise quarterback. As the college football season rolls on, the Steelers seem to have certain quarterbacks in particular that they like. Per Alan Saunders of Steelers Now, the Steelers are once again on hand to see Drew Aller of Penn State as the Nittany Lions take on Northwestern in Happy Valley. The Steelers are scouting Penn State and QB Drew Aller for the 3rd straight week today, Saunders reports on X. They have 2 scouts at Beaver Stadium to see the Nittany Lions host Northwestern. Additionally, Saunders reports the Steelers have scouts on hand to see Arch Manning of Texas and John Mateer of Oklahoma for the 3rd time as well. Mateer seems to be the name rising up the boards of many fans and analysts, while Manning and Aller have dropped drastically due to their respective poor play.